your radio.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to UCLA Media. This is David Torres, your host, and you're on An Hour with Dave. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, and it's another show, and you're on UCLA Media and An Hour with Dave. And you know that we hold nothing back, and we talk about what's happening out here, and we let everybody know um, where things are happening. And as I promised you last week, we have Melanie and Sheldon Gray. These are a couple of great individuals, people who are out here in the community with a business that gets your attention. I spoke a little bit about it, but I'm gonna really let the pros here talk about it. What they do, they're HAZVAC certified. They deal with the coronavirus, sterilization, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A lot more than, trust me, it's above my head. But we're going to get into it because these are the pros and these are going to tell you how you do things that you have to do and how you keep safe. So, with that, I have Melody and Sheldon. And welcome to An Hour with Dave.
Thank you, Dave, for
Thank you, Dave.
inviting us.
And it's my pleasure to have you guys here. Tell us, what is it that you guys do?
Hi, this is Melanie Gray. I'm sitting here with my partner, my husband. We run a cleaning company called Ventures Cleaning Services, and not to be distracted by the name cleaning, because what we do is decontamination of your building. That means it's that after you clean and sanitize and do everything you think you can possibly do with surface cleaning, we come in and we get to areas that you wouldn't possibly get just by sanitizing and using all those products that they have out there. This is something that we do that takes care of surface and the air in that room or in that building that might still have the virus floating around there somehow. And it's a way to eliminate. It's actually the best way to get the coronavirus or anything else, the flu, germs, out of your facility to make it safe.
Well, that's great because now we got to split the difference for the audience because almost everybody that called me and asked me and came by and said what's going on, it comes down to two questions. They wanted to know if it was a difference between sterilizing your home and sterilizing the work site. My answer to them was it's a virus, it's the flu. Does it really matter if you get it at work or home? Yeah.
No,
So-
no. The virus is there. It's in your home. It's in the workplace. It's literally down the street when you walk. It doesn't matter. The funniest thing is that just think about it. It's like this alien that you don't see. You can't see it. It's just there. You know it's airborne. You know it's on surface. So what you have to do, your best defense will be to decontaminate, to find a way to detox, to get the virus away from you, to get it eliminated.
So it's the same, whether it's at
It's the
home
same.
or
It's the same.
And what's the process for you guys? I mean, what exactly do you do to decontaminate?
Well, what
an
we
area?
do, once you call us, we come in, we take the square footage, we find out where exactly you want the process to begin. Where do you want us to decontaminate? We come in, we use a fog machine with a solution that is approved by CDC and the health department. And, it's the same solution that you find in hospitals to eradicate viruses, bacteria, germs, whatever else that's in the atmosphere. This is really the safest way to do it. So like I said, I believe people should, clean, disinfect, clean your property, wherever, your facility on a daily basis, how often you need to do it. But once a month, you should decontaminate because you are going to miss areas. People are going to come by to see you, to interact with you that are positive, even if they're not showing symptoms. And the only way to clearly make sure that this is not in your atmosphere is to decontaminate.
Right, and we use a 4Ds approach: the disinfecting, decontaminating, detoxifying, and deodorizing, and it sanitizes, and controls infection and odors. And the key too is the odor, right? When you know something's clean, you kind of smell it, and it makes sense to you. But with this virus, it's invisible. So pets can carry this virus in and out of your home. And then obviously in your vehicle and things of that sort as well. So, our goal is to really give you that out, to help you get, number one, it's business friendly, right? So someone comes up positive at your company, you automatically have to go, wow, what do I do and how do I get cleaned up so I can get back in business? So that's a good aid for that.
Yes.
And well, now that he said pets coming in now, I've been trying to get a dog. I guess that's not going to happen anytime soon.
You can still get your dog.
Thanks for that piece. Okay? he done destroyed me on that one. I've been getting close to getting a dog.
There have been a few reports that pets are coming up positive, which makes sense because pets interact with us, especially dogs and cats. But that shouldn't stop you. We still have our Thor at home, So
Yes, we have one.
we have one. He controls us.
But okay, so basically, when you come in, you evaluate the site. Is there a difference? Air filters, air. If they got regular hot air, cold air, central air. Is there
isn't.
With the vents and what's happening on anything?
There's none. What we would ask is for you to shut off your air so that we can truly get the fog, the mist into all the vents everywhere. So we want it to cover everything. Your computers, your desks, your vents, your floors. It covers everything. So the best thing to do is take stuff off your desk, turn off your air, call your alarm company to let them know you're deactivating for a couple of hours. It only takes a couple of hours, and then we're ready to come in, and we'll use the fog machine on surface. We'll use it on the walls, so it will, you'll see a fog, and then it will disappear after we're done, but that's the process because it disappears. The virus disappear with the fog disappearing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Right now, any of the major companies doing this?
Yes.
You're the first ones that I've heard of actually doing this. So
yes, there are major companies doing this. All the major companies, Penn, Comcast, they're all doing it. This is how they're keeping their business open. This is how hospitals are able to take all these people in and be able to be safe themselves. They're doing this. You have to find a way to detoxify, to decontaminate your environment. So that's what they're doing. So all we're doing is, finding a way to do it to normal businesses, community business, community residents, wherever our homes, wherever we think we need it. It's the way to go.
So your suggestion is once a month.
Yes, once a month.
Decontaminating.
Yes.
And I guess what you guys do is depending on how much equipment, the size of the
Exactly.
place, et cetera, et cetera,
Exactly.
et cetera. And people can actually do this in their homes.
Yes, they can. They can do this in their home. It's safe.
There is I noticed that there is a difference in the way the CDC is talking as opposed to some of the professionals on TV with, seniors are most vulnerable people with medical health backgrounds that are home.
Yes.
But is there any federal funding for this? Is there anything that you know of that we can give a shout out to some of us congressmen and senators and say, get your act together, stop fighting over there and get some funding so we can.
We would love for them to do funding because this is really the way to go to get businesses open and to stay reopened. We cannot think that people, I see it all the time. People are like cleaning, dusting, doing everything they can. But that one spot you miss might be that one spot where the corona is sitting. So it is best to get a decontamination company to come behind you and get it out of the air. It's to get our politicians on the same, agenda as we are. I don't know what they're fighting about lately, but they'll find something. But the truth is, if we, they always fight. The truth is to get us, our community safe. And we have to be accountable and responsible for our own community, our kids going back to school, us going back out to work. So what can we do? And once I did the research, this is what I came up with that really is the best way. Nothing is 100%, but this is the best way to get us back out there in the environment.
Absolutely.
Well, when we, and this is very interesting because I know that we need to get our country back in motion and moving forward. I mean, let's face it. We yesterday wound up $26 trillion in debt.
Oh gosh!
No matter which person wins in November, we're gonna have another problem
The debt.
with the expenses that are coming up. If we hit another $4 trillion,
It's crazy.
we're in deep, deep
That's
trouble.
crazy. That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Because the European countries are going bankrupt at the rate at 26 and 27, and the next stimulus check should take us to almost 30
Oh my goodness.
for small businesses and all. So we
Right.
have a huge, huge problem.
Yes, we
and
do.
we need to get. And I hate to say this, it's, and I say it every time on radio. We got to stop this. This has
Yes.
got this Washington nonsense fighting back and forth. It's got to stop. People are dying, and
Yeah.
pointing the fingers ain't working with me.
No.
But we need to use companies like yours to get the message out, to
Yes.
get the business rolling. And if we're spending federal dollars on everything else, help the small businesses,
Exactly.
help organizations like yours to get the word out, to educate people, and
Exactly.
to help, because there's going to be barbershops, restaurants,
Yes.
little mom and pop stores
Yes.
that just can't
You can't afford
Yeah.
it.
can't
Yeah.
afford
Mhm.
something, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous because they're playing with our lives.
Yes.
And none of these politicians are worried about it because it's not affecting them.
No, they're safe.
And then they try to lie to us and say it's affecting black people, brown people. Everybody's dying. I
Yes.
mean, if you look at these
Yes.
numbers,
Yes.
you look at
Absolutely.
these numbers with the corona, the majority of them that died weren't seniors.
Yes.
Senior center homes.
Yes. Yes.
And retirement homes. Like really, like
Yes.
you knew this was going on,
Yes.
and you sent people who was sick back to the senior
Yes.
centers.
Yes.
It everybody is at blame. It ain't one person.
But you know what, Mr. Torres, the other thing that's going on is that these seniors, they're being
We're gonna
isolated.
hold on to your thought. We're gonna go into a commercial break here, and we're gonna come back, and you're gonna feed into right away on that thought
Okay.
before he flags me. Talk to your people in another minute.
Yes.
Being prepared is a part of who you are. But it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices.
Like your text to emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back, everyone. And I told you this was going to be a fun time, a fun hour with this couple here. We're getting to learn a lot, and we're getting to do a lot, and we're going to talk some more. Melanie had like all this energy and running out there that if you're out there listening, I know you got smacked in the head with it.
Yes.
But Melanie, finish your thought.
Yes, what I was saying is that what we're finding out about seniors is that there's a second effect that's happening with the coronavirus. So what's going on is that they're being isolated. So now seniors are going through mental health challenges. So they're extremely depressed. They're having anxiety. They're not able to deal with boredom and depression. So now what are they doing? They are now taking drugs and alcohol. So there's a second thing that's coming up, and it's a shame because we're not able to provide them with the mental health services and resources that they need. I mean, just imagine they already by themselves in a senior home, family barely come by, and now you're telling them they can't even get together with themselves, so they're having a hard time dealing with this, and we have to address it. We're going to lose them.
I know that the large number, at least I would say half of what numbers of people that we've lost with this virus is, and I know I'm going low with saying half, were the seniors.
Yes.
And governors and mayors, you guys can get mad at me all you want, but you clowns did it.
Yes.
David Torres and Howard Dave doesn't hold it back. You screwed up. Let's face it. And you didn't think about anybody. You know what always comes to mind when I'm thinking about this epidemic and I'm thinking about the crisis in the country with the protesting and everything else. I'm gonna venture to say you guys are not as old as I, but there was a song that used to say, people moving out, people moving in. Just because of the color of your skin. Run, but you sure can't hide. I think it was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, there you go. I have to look it up.
Ball of Confusion.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Ball of Confusion.
Yes.
And if you listen to that song, you'll say, wow, they need to bring that one back.
Yes, they do.
Because there's so much confusion out there.
Yes.
You go one way and it's saying now you say seniors. And it's going to continue to happen because by now, one of these mayors and governors, and you guys know who I'm talking about, should have figured out that if you have 20 nursing homes, everybody's going to still get their monies, and we're going to give them a little extra, but let's start to divide it and take anybody who's been contaminated, get your organization to come in, decontaminate the place, and then separate. Not that you want to separate, but in for the sake of people
Safety.
surviving.
Yes.
And until we get this virus under control, split the nursing homes up.
Yes.
There's no one better than the other.
Exactly.
And you're going to split them up, and you're going to put the people who are infected in one half and the people who are not infected in the other half, and juggle up and down the nursing homes so you can do something. Because I do believe that if we pray a lot, we're going to wind up with an antibody for this.
Yes, we are.
Definitely
are.
But we need to be smarter. And again, if little David can come up with this, count the number, mayors, governors, and just use your little fingers and your little toes and count the number of nursing homes, count the number of people who are still affected, and split them up.
Exactly.
Make sure everybody gets paid like if they have all their beds full. This is not rocket science. Stop adding all this other stuff to the bills and make sure that the nursing homes are on that bill so they can survive.
Yes.
Because you're taking too many chances and you're going to affect the frontliners.
Not only that, we need our seniors. We need our history. We get rid of them, how we know our history. And, it's not okay for us to go, they're seniors, they're done, and we move on. What are we moving on to? You can't learn anything in the present if you don't learn from your past.
Well, and I think that and a lot of times, I believe, and my dad used to always tell me, if you don't hang on to what happened in the past, don't hang on to it as a negative. Hang on to it as if you graduated from that class.
Yes.
But you have to remember, good or bad,
Yes.
what got you to where you are now, so that you don't repeat it.
Exactly.
By knocking down, burning, and doing all this. That's not going to help us. We should take all these negative statues that are out there and everything and say if they were, I hate to say this, if they were on slavery, if they were on whatever it was on, then we need to say, okay, that was then, and 6 feet down, 10 feet down, we'll put up a new monument with a new meaning to it and say this is where we're at now.
Yeah. I agree.
Totally
agree
and I don't understand why we're not getting that message in, because some of these people that are out here that I'm talking to, they're screaming and protesting, and they have no clue what they're protesting about.
They don't, because they won't read.
And people need to realize that we this country ain't perfect, but go somewhere else and see what you're going to wind up with. And there are people still suffering out there.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people. Hatred comes in all colors. and I believe that racism comes in all colors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, and I believe that that the way you're handling things out here, now it's gotten to the point where you're fighting Democrats or Republicans, and I say, you know what? If they ain't in there doing their job, don't vote them in. I don't care what party they're with.
I
Yeah,
agree.
absolutely.
I totally
You
agree.
know, but let's get back to you, the schools, having our kids in there. Okay, you decontaminate the classroom. Do you think once a month is adequate time to continue to decontaminate, or should be done more because of the volume of kids going in and out?
For schools, I think it should be more.
question?
No.
Yeah, no.
A
It's,
hardball question. She took a deep breath
took a
on
deep
that
breath.
one.
No, I think we both agree that,
Yeah.
due to the frequency of the kids and, them maybe not having the same level of education with how to protect themselves with the
Should be
virus,
more.
I would lean towards, even weekly or bi-monthly. So
Yeah.
weekly particularly would offer
Younger
more
kids.
protection because, and kids are going to get together. They're going to want to socialize. We're talking about seniors, but these kids are going to, they need that social
And one of us going to have the sniffles
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
They always, they're virus incubators. Trust me on that.
Yeah,
But-
so I think that's a good plan. And when we talk about businesses, a lot of them just jumped back in and did not, detox and clean their organization. They did it surface cleaning,
Right.
which probably,
which
they
is
thought
what the
was good.
CDC was really asking
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
You know, surface cleaning, 6 feet distance,
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
It's not enough. It's definitely not enough. Not the way, we're sociable people, right? So eventually we're going to get to the other person we haven't talked to in months. That's what we do. So what I say, a part of what we do is educating you. So it's the understanding that you should not come through my door, which we didn't do, David, so I'm going to get you for that. We have to, you should have taken our temperature to make sure that, we're okay.
I'm gonna pass that one on to the man in the booth.
Yes, you should always do that. And if you're not quarantined together, that means if you did not sleep with that person last night, you should not be sitting next to them. Understand that. That if we just practice that, those few, honey, were you in the doghouse last night?
Yeah, I guess you're safe because you're sitting next to her.
That's right. I knew it was coming.
Oh my
I knew it was
goodness.
coming.
It's just, it's common sense things that we need to do. But just look at a country like New Zealand. They've been doing this from day one. And they only had, to date, 22 fatalities. That's it. I mean, think about that. It's not about taking your rights. It's about us being accountable for ourselves and each other, living together in the space that we have today. And today, that means there's an invisible enemy that we can't see that's out there to get all of us, not you or me because I'm black and you're white or whatever. It's to get all of us. Absolutely. So in order to protect ourselves, we have to decide how we're going to protect ourselves and each other against this invisible enemy. And this is a way to do it. We have to be smart about this.
And timing is key. I mean, we talked about opening businesses, but we also have a lot of schools that want to open in the next few months. Well, now's the time to start focusing on those.
Well, and I was in a kind of like a strategy meeting with some people who were talking about the schools, and I said, I don't like the idea of locking kids in these little glass booths.
No.
I don't like it, but I do say the space that the teacher has. Why can't you close that so that it has a front, like in the supermarkets, from
Yes,
maybe a little child or something. It's just that sometimes I think we're making things more complicated, and I think that it's being done on purpose. More and more that I look at it, I think things are being done on purpose to keep us off our cue, to keep us off balance so we don't know what's going on. And I really think that people, listen to me out there, you're being used. I don't care what color you are. You're being used. And it's time to stop.
Yes.
You cannot go anywhere else to live that you're going to live with what you have here.
Yes.
So you need to realize if you give in, you're going to lose. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. The virus is one thing, the protesting is another thing. Everybody should be protesting because no one life lost is too much.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But you don't protest by burning stuff down.
I agree.
You don't protest by throwing rocks at the police officers.
Yes.
You know, not letting people get in to rescue somebody who's hurt. That's
Exactly.
not it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's bad.
We're going to get ready to go into another break, and then we're going to give Melanie a couple harder questions, see if she takes another deep breath. And we're going to let her husband kind of back her up. She didn't put him in a doghouse.
Yes, keep me good.
and talk about the next piece, which is actually opening up the country,
Yes.
period.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'll see you guys in another minute. Don't hang up. Don't leave us.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Welcome back, everyone, and I am so glad that I have these two new friends with me here because it's interesting to see their point of view and their profession and what they do. And before I even forget, Sheldon, you still serving in the military?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely am.
Okay, so I want to make sure that we all give a shout out to Sheldon and say thank you for his service because he's part of the reason why you can criticize things now.
Yes.
Remember that.
Greatly appreciate it.
Except for his wife, he cannot criticize anything there because he loses.
No way. I have to ride home with him.
But okay, so we know we got the schools to deal with. We know we got the seniors going through changes.
Yes.
What is your advice to open up the country? You pro or not?
I
it comes
am
to this
pro
virus? I see
open.
we got her again.
I saw it.
I am pro open
and you
up
know
the
that you're on
country.
camera, so you're being filmed. You're being sent out live. So as she takes the deep breath, I don't know if she realized that she's actually
Oh my gosh.
live
that's
right
funny.
now.
That's funny. No, I didn't know that, but it's okay. Yes, so I believe we should open the country up, but I think we need to do it in the right way. So we cannot all just stay at home and thinking that that's how the country is going to run, because we all need, the government is run by our tax dollars. If we're not working where they're getting tax dollars from, eventually all we're doing is adding to our deficit, right? Mm-hmm. So we need to go back. But there's a way to do it. Like, we can do it safely. We don't have to, rush out there and go, okay, well, I've been closed for 5 months, and now I got to open. It's like, well, yes, but what is your plan? You should come up with a plan how to open first, right? And then, for me, the plan should come down from Washington. It should come from Harrisburg, and it should come from City Hall. But with that, they shouldn't be doing a plan without community involvement. So they should be talking to business owners. They need to talk to parents. They need to talk to kids. They need to talk to teachers, whomever, how many people are affected. It's like doing a strategic planning. Every stakeholder should be involved so we can come up with a plan that works for us, right? Absolutely. And that's the problem. No one is planning. People are just doing whatever. Well, I think I'm ready to go. And this person goes, oh, no, I got to wait another 2 months. Another person, oh, no, we're going to wait till next year. It's like, what is the plan? We need a plan.
Well, right now it doesn't make any sense because I'm super confused about things. And that's not good to have me confused. But
I can see that, yes.
because then I start to get rowdy.
We need that.
And I start calling people out. Whoa. That didn't make no sense to me. Hold up a second. But like the schools, like you said, the schools reopening. I don't want kids put in these little booths like if they were displays of puppies or something.
Yes.
That's damaging for them.
Mentally, yeah. Could you imagine with a little phone next to them?
Yes.
Oh, Mom, when you coming to get me?
But that's exactly the.
So why not put the booth around the teacher? So if the kids are up and running and playing, and one of them cough, and one of them sneeze, they're protected behind, like they do in the supermarket.
Yes.
They're protected behind the
Yes,
shield.
exactly.
And the teacher wants to, she can wear a mask if he or she feels that way.
Yes.
Because we do have to protect our teachers.
Yes.
Right, absolutely.
And then you guys can come in once
Yes.
a week. I think once a week is a perfect, every weekend,
Absolutely.
have the place decontaminated.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That is the safest
We're
way.
spending money, spend it wisely.
Exactly.
Okay, reopening the city. I agree with you. We need to reopen our country up because we're going to be in a deficit.
Yes.
And you guys think you're going to keep your little checks coming in?
It's not going
It
to happen.
ain't going to happen.
Nope.
If we go into a few more $1 trillion in debt.
Exactly.
It ain't going to affect Congress. It ain't going to affect the Senate. It ain't going to affect your people in City Hall. None of your mayors and your governors. Trust me, they're
affect
all
us.
going to get paid. And I wouldn't be surprised if half the people in city council got stimulus checks.
And raises.
And their full paycheck.
Raises.
And raises.
And raises. Think about that. While you were sitting trying to figure out if you're going to lose because you can't pay your mortgage, thank God they put the stimulus stuff out and extended and added to the unemployment.
Yes.
But you guys have to realize all the people that are making these decisions got paid. It didn't affect them one bit.
Yep.
So with that, we're going to open up the cities again. I think it's a perfect idea.
Yes, we should open.
Small businesses, barbershops, little mom and pop restaurants, mom and
Yeah.
pop stores. I think that we can get some kind of a petition going.
Yes.
Send it to every congressman. Send it to every single senator.
Yes.
They're putting this proposal together for the stimulus check. Don't put another museum on the list.
No.
Come on.
No. In fact, they
know?
should give the money back.
Yeah, get the money back because we need it for the schools.
Yes.
We need it for the protection of our teachers. We need it for protections of our businesses. And help offset with a grant for you guys to be able to do
Exactly.
this for small businesses once a
Exactly.
month and the schools every weekend.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And, come on, you do it smart, man. There's no reason for this,
There's no reason. There's no reason for, the leader of the world that we're the ones struggling. It's pitiful what we're doing. And I know everyone want to point fingers, but as far as I'm concerned, they're all in it. I don't care
Yeah.
what party you're from, you're all in it. What is the solution? It's not working. And, my thing is that if you thought, the White House isn't doing what they're supposed to do, why don't you come together in your body and provide something that makes sense? It just doesn't make the going back and forth. It's not helping us. The people who put you there, and like I said before, I feel as though we're back when the British was running America, right? So it's like, they take our taxes with no representation. As far as I'm concerned, that's exactly what they're doing now. I don't see the difference now because we're definitely not getting our stuff. We're the ones that are still running around. Like, we don't know whether our kids going to go back to school. We don't know whether or not we're going to go back to work. So, excuse me, you're not giving us what we need.
No. And they're going to come up and they're going to give us the same thing come November. You know, Social Security is a problem. Well, you've been saying that for the last 15
Forever.
years since you've been in office. What are you doing about it? You know, I got some harsh, nasty things and ideas. I'm gonna tell you what I believe. I think that whenever they propose something and it doesn't get properly voted on, okay, then it becomes one step before the voters decide how it's going to be handled. But you need to take at that point, you know how they have the lottery, not the lottery, the bingo chips that go around?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we put all Congress names in this one ball and we start to spin it. And we do the same thing with the senators. And Congress start everybody. Well, one ball is Republican, one ball is Democrat, and you spin it, and you pull 6 balls out. And whoever's name is on that ball, you got 30 days to fix that bill
So that we
and
can all
present
vote
it,
for it.
or you get a pink slip. Because if you don't do your job, if you then get told to run up that hill
Yeah.
and you don't do it,
You lose your
Yeah.
job.
I'm done.
you're done.
Everybody's done.
If these clowns come in and say they're going to fix Social Security, and some of them old farts in that place been there for 30, 40 years, and they're
Ain't
still
done a
telling you Social
thing.
Security is a problem. Well, let's spend some money wisely on this virus,
Exactly.
and I think that we should put them on exactly laid out. And it should be 3 and 3 or 6 and 6, and you sit at a round table, and you don't go home. You're not going on vacation for the summer for a month while there's a crisis going on.
Exactly.
You're not going to continue. You're going to come up, and if you can't come with a resolution, then you failed in your job.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And let's get somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I
Let's
totally
get
agree.
you know, you got all these degrees, lawyers and
Doctors,
Princeton and
yes.
doctors and PhDs, and you suckers can't get something together.
Exactly.
I didn't send you up there for that. I don't care what you are.
I totally
So
agree.
I think that's my solution for Congress. So they better hope that I lose.
I'm hoping you don't.
But
We need somebody to shake that
so
system up.
we know we're going to do the schools. We
Yes.
know we got basic answers for. Maybe what we need to do is come up with a little plan and send it to all the congressmen and say, look, so we're going to give you a step up, a kind of a pathway that you should be
Yes.
looking at.
Yes.
Because you're busy fighting with each other.
Roadmaps.
You know, and this
Roadmap,
is the
yeah.
way it seems a little logical. I mean, sorry that I'm not from Harvard, but it seems like this might do something
Yes.
instead of you guys fighting.
Exactly.
And I'm not from Princeton and what some of the other big colleges that are out there.
Penn.
You know, okay, so, you're spending all this money. They want free education for everybody. I think education, community college should be, we shouldn't have the kids to go through a lot of stuff because people can't afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
But think about it, guys. You're teaching people to fight against the government in these big universities, and you're cutting your own nose in spite of your face. Because if you get free education, you do not get paid.
Exactly.
Think about that.
Exactly.
Think about that next time you're walking in to get your hair done at $75 for a haircut. I'm looking for bargains. But yeah, it's we need to look at that. So we know we got to open up. I think a good idea is to come there.
Yeah.
I think when we come back for the next segment, the last segment, I want you to kind of tell everybody your information, how to reach you,
Okay.
what's
Absolutely.
going on, what do you plan on doing, and think about it if you want to put some kind of a package together to send. Because
Okay.
I would love to see something to send to every single congressman
Oh yeah, definitely.
and say, you stop being a super clown. I tell my brother the other day, I said, you ever seen all the clowns getting into the little car?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, to me that's Congress. How many congressmen can screw up this bill, and you see them squeezing into this little car that's the bill?
to get their little part, right?
So we're gonna come back at the last segment. I want to let them talk about them, what they plan on doing, how they're doing, how you can reach them.
Okay.
Awesome.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education. No one receives a diploma alone. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps! Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm hoping that you're enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying this this hour with Dave, because these people have been able to come in here and open our eyes up and show an opinion. And they're a young couple. They're eager to try to do the right thing for people, and it's a blessing to have two people like this that wants to open up their eyes to people and tell the people the truth and how to take care of themselves. Mm-hmm. And we need to be, I appreciate two of yous. And
Thank you.
We need to appreciate young folk like this that are out here doing what they can do and making a difference without judging people, without looking at the color of their skin, without looking at their backgrounds. Because it's beautiful to see people. We can come together. This is America.
Yes.
Folks, if we don't get ourselves together, trust me, I'm Latino. I'm an American. I was born in this country. I don't care what you say. I'm an American. Okay? And that's the way I feel, and you're never going to take my flag away from me. I don't care how many of them you burn down. I'll start putting them together again myself.
Yeah.
But this is America. You're not going anywhere that you can go to that you live the way you live today. Exactly. And all these problems that they keep throwing at us, we can fix them if we got the right people in office.
Exactly.
Stop letting them snow you and blow smoke. I don't want to say it because there's a young lady here.
It's okay.
So if it was me and her husband in the room, I would say it. But you guys know David, and you guys know where I'm coming from. But talk. Go ahead. It's you guys. You're on.
Talk about
Okay, yeah. So no, I always have to pause after David speaks because I'm like,
you're laughing.
Yes, absolutely. So, but yeah, we want to. I mean, I think it's our own individual responsibility, like we talked about. Small businesses in particular have to make their own plan. You have to keep your customers safe. You have to, really make sure that you're following a regimen that is actually safe for your clientele. So, for us, we, wanted to provide our information so that folks can get in touch with us. We can kind of, get our schedule organized and make sure that we're meeting their needs. So if you want, I'll put that information out now.
Go ahead. You got the mic.
Yeah, so
just don't throw it on the floor, but you got the mic.
Man, how original. So we have our phone number is area code 267 414 4665. Say again, 267-414-4665. We have a website set up under calledv.com, which is KALD as in Delta, and then V as in Victor.com, calledv.com. And very similar, our email, if you choose to go that route, will be labeled on the website, which may be even easier, but it's calledventures@gmail.com, and called is KALD, ventures@gmail.com. Yes. So those are the three ways to contact us.
Yeah, and we will, you call us, we'll meet with you, do a plan, reopening plan with you if you need us to be a part of that team. and you know what I mean, basically, you know, go through our decontamination package with you. And not only that, but train you how to keep safe, you know, taking temperatures before people come in your building, you know, putting up signs that say 6 feet apart, show people where 6 feet is. Don't just assume that people know, you know, that's the thing, you know, hands, you know, they're a proper way to wash your hands, put those signs up, you know, have stuff that says you can't enter without a mask, you know, welcome, but not without a mask. Do whatever you need to do to, you know, so people can start understanding this is how America is right now. This is how we survive. This is how we win. Like Charlie Sheen likes to say, well, I'm winning. Well, this is how we will win. You know, we would be winning if we do all this stuff. You know, it's just the right way, because we cannot, people, stay home. I mean, I am craving just to go out to have my favorite Cosmo. I haven't been able to get that.
Stuck in the house.
Listening to reggae music and some salsa, you know, that's what I like.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
I haven't been able to do that because it's summer, we're stuck in the house. Come on, you know, we have to get ourselves back out there. But trust me when I say it's not about our government. We have to do it. We have to show them how it works. We sent them there. We know what to do. Think about that.
Yeah. When we send them there, I don't know if we knew what we were doing then.
When we said that.
Because they ain't working out.
That's what November is about.
We may not want to admit that we sent them there.
Yeah, but we did. We made that mistake.
But I think her point, at his point, is very important. That we need to take back the government, because we've let the government have too much power, and let's face it, they're not doing what they got to do. Forget who's in the White House. Forget who's in Senate, who's in Congress. You know, we didn't send them there for all this bullshit that's coming down.
Amen.
You know, and we need to take back, and I guess my audience would like to have a female around me all the time because I control myself a little more. And you know, and I hold back on some things. But I think that an approach with getting contact with these two individuals, asking them some questions. Guys, we're in 35 states. If you don't wake up to the message that comes out here today, and you're waiting for Uncle Sam to give you an answer, you get what you deserve. Because we need to do it. We need to. I believe this young lady talked about when we had taxes without representation.
Yes.
Right now, this is what we're having. We have them with spending without representation, spending without nobody to answer to.
Yep.
They pass these bills and we get suckered. But
Yep.
let me tell you something. Every time they send you free stuff,
It's not free.
look at your grandkids and look at your kids.
It's not free.
Because they're going to pay for it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Not free.
It's not free. We can move together. We got to unite. We got to stand together. You know, our frontliners have to be supported. Our seniors have to be supported. We cannot afford to be, I believe it's 37 in education in the world.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We're 37.
Yeah.
It
The
makes no
United
sense.
States of America is 37th on education. We're graduating people at a ridiculous rate that can't add
Or read.
or read. I mean, we need to stop this nonsense.
Yes.
We need to get our schools back in order. Not everybody's college material, but when your plumbing breaks in the street,
Absolutely.
you're not calling somebody with a PhD.
No, you're not.
You're looking for a plumber
plumber.
that's going to get his hands dirty.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Think about that.
We're all in this together.
Where, you know, not everybody's college material, but I'm going to tell you now that that neurologist is not going to clear his pipes up. He's going to look for a plumber.
Nor is he going to know where the pipe is.
So you listen to these two people. I would love to see if you guys put some kind of proposals together, and I'll be more than glad to bring you back.
Okay, great.
And I'll be
great.
more than glad to help support, get the message out, mail these things out to people, do whatever we got to do.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
and send them a path, an idea.
Yes.
Listen, guys, you know, this is our plan. This is what we
Yes.
need to do.
Yes.
This is how to attack. the school system issue. This is how to attack the, the small businesses. This is how to attack opening the country again. We can't do it. We are in danger. You guys don't realize that you're sitting at home waiting for another check. There's a problem.
Yes.
You're sitting at home and you're figuring you're going to get that unemployment extended again. There's a problem with that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Can't
and
go on forever.
It can't go on.
Yeah.
It can't go on. And any big unions that want raises because their group is working harder in this epidemic, instead of getting raises, if you're already making $15, $20 an hour, let's hire more people. Let's stop pay. People made a mistake. They went to jail. Let's stop making them victims.
Yes, exactly.
Open the doors and say, okay, you committed a felony. You went to jail. That was then. This is now. Here's a job. Screw it up. That's on you.
Yes.
But we need to start giving people a second chance.
Well, we have to admit, so back in the day when England decided to send all their worst criminal to Australia, look at Australia today. I'm just saying, if these people were going to continue doing what they made a mistake and did, Australia wouldn't be a country, a continent by itself today, right? But that's who they are. They're surviving, community, and that's what we need to think about. That we can start over. We can make a difference. We have to do it. We are all responsible, and I do not want to stay at home thinking that's all there is to life. Come on, people. I want to travel. I want to experience the world. I want to dance.
Yes.
Salsa and reggae. Yes. Buju is back, people. I want to do Buju.
It's been a pleasure having you two here. Let's keep pushing. Let's see how much we can get your message out. Let's talk to people. Let's get your business out.
Yes.
You got flyers. Put some flyers out.
Yes.
Whatever needs to happen.
Yes.
Let people know. Let them get on your website to know basic what it costs, what can be done.
Yes,
and I think that's a good point I picked up from you in discussion. So it's good to dialogue and get together because I would like to add plans on there so someone can just, more or less pick what's right for their business.
Yeah,
Yes.
and an
So we'll
idea,
do that as well.
it's not going to be, but an average room is 10 by 12.
Yes.
What's it going
Right.
to take to do a 10 by 12
Yes,
room?
not that much. Exactly.
And whatever.
Very,
it is.
very reasonable. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that we spend a lot of money. We gave
On
$25
things,
million
yes.
on the last stimulus check to a museum that was closed.
Still closed, by the way.
Closed.
Closed again.
Okay?
Never open because none of us are going because, once again, there's no plan to keep me safe.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing there,
Yes.
But trust me, I'm sure your congressmen and your senators and your people in your city halls are well taken care of. They're not worried about it. Okay? You need your health insurance. You need your schools back. Do you want your kids to fall back further?
No.
Yeah, that's
We need
No.
to take our country back,
No. And we have to understand that kids are being taught different from how we were taught. So it's no way that they should think that parents can teach kids how to do the new math. It's not going to happen. I don't even understand why they take those steps. But I'm saying we need these kids back at school. You can't do your job and try to be a teacher at the same time. It doesn't work. We need to understand our teachers. That is a profession. They do a great job when they do their job, and it's not us. It's not what we do. We didn't go to school for it. So let's not play this game about we could be teachers. Let's keep our kids home. No, I'm telling you, I cannot. I'm ready to strangle my little girl.
Oh my God, this has been an interesting hour. I hope that people got some answers. I gave the answer to all the questions seem to revolve around the same thing. Is there a difference?
Yes.
You heard them say it, a virus is a virus is a virus.
Yes, it's a virus.
So, it ain't no difference.
No, there isn't.
I want to say thank you to them again. I want to say God bless you guys, and God bless America. Let's pray for our leaders.
Yes.
Let's pray for our frontliners.
Absolutely.
And you clowns that are throwing rocks and bottles at police officers, stop it.
Need to stop.
Please, please.
Okay, because when them 15 people got shot up in Chicago, they were dialing 911,
Jesus.
and you want to defund them. Think about that. God bless you. Take care, and see you next Thursday. Peace.
Thank you. My picture, bro.
I hope.